Hello, everybody. I'm Anthony, along with Chris, Leon, and Marco, and this is episode 44 of Hard Knock Hawks. This is the podcast where we talk about our favorite team, the Atlanta Hawks, and sometimes other stuff too. Before we start, we want to remind you to make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast to help Hard Knock Hawks grow. We will appreciate if you do so. In this episode, we are going to talk about Western Conference over and unders, as being which teams are going to be over and under their win totals. Like the Eastern Conference episodes we did just a few weeks ago, we're going to be using the Fanduel projections for each Western Conference team that we talk about. I actually had to re-record this intro segment because this is the first part. We're splitting this into like parts because I didn't realize like how long we actually recorded, because we recorded for 90 minutes and that was just way too long. So I decided to split this first part in half. We covered 8 teams in that time. So um this first part is just going to be covering 4 teams, and the second part is going to be covering another 4 teams. And that's just basically how it's going to go. So with that being said, here are the first 4 teams we're going to be covering, and hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for listening. So we're going to just start with the first team on the list, the Los Angeles Lakers, with 49 and a half wins. Their potential starting lineup could be Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, and DeAndre Ayton, who was just signed this year after being waived from the Portland Trailblazers. So I'm going to start with you, Leon. What do you potentially think of the Los Angeles Lakers this year?
I mean, you got a lot of new moving parts. By a lot of new moving parts, I mean all of DeAndre Ayton's limbs. So it's gonna be a interesting period of oh man, adjustment for them because you kind of wonder like, can DeAndre Ayton be the role cut big that you know they usually have Luca and or LeBron with, or are they gonna allow him to have the ball, and is he gonna have a problem with that? Everything else is pretty much, par for the course. Non-existent bench, top heavy roster. So we'll see, man. And LeBron is getting old. We've been saying it for 10 years. Eventually, one year we're gonna be right. Now, you didn't give me a number, so I don't know if you want me to go over or under.
Oh,
I will for
I
that.
it was 49 and a half.
You did.
Yep.
Um, uh, hmm, yeah, I thought I was gonna come up with an answer as I thought about it, but I'm just gonna go under because you know, with age and with LeBron's age, DeAndre Ayton existence, and Luka Doncic's health slash weight, um, you know, I think they'll have a tough go of it in the tough West, in the now quite young, very tough West. So I'm gonna go under.
All right. We're gonna go to you, Chris. What do you say?
I mean, well, I'll start out again by complimenting these guys on their over-unders because they're actually worth thinking about. 49's not a bad number for the Lakers, right? I think that's more or less where they finished last year. They have the talent of a 50-win team. I don't know if they have the defense for it, especially on the perimeter, for what they have to stop in the West. Obviously, LeBron James is LeBron, but a lot of that is in transition now. Luka's going to have the ball a lot in the half court, and I'm not sure if LeBron's going to be the level of defender they need. And I don't know if DeAndre Ayton will be able to cover those guys on the perimeter. And with Wemby likely being healthy, I think, to start the season, maybe. We haven't seen him play basketball yet. I think the Spurs should be an improved team. I think the West obviously is a really good conference, and I think the Grizzlies could be right there as a 50-win team. So if we have some teams that moving up, I think the Suns probably a bit more balanced. They have some interesting front court guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go under on the Lakers. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna be like sub 45. I think they'll be around that 48, 47 win number. They could easily be a 50-win team, but yeah, I'll go under.
What did you say, Marco?
I'm gonna go under. I don't really believe in DeAndre Ayton, but he is Ben Simmons with a frontal lobe, so he's somewhat caring about basketball, but not enough to really like push a team over the edge. Because in reality, he should have been one of the top players in Portland, and he just doesn't care about basketball, in my opinion. Also, I don't never want to count out LeBron, but LeBron is at a point where I think he's kind of fed up. I don't want to say fed up. Fed up's not the right word. He's kind of put himself on a timeline. He's kind of put himself on a timeline with the Lakers. I feel like I personally believe he wants to go to Golden State or team up with
He
Curry.
wants to win one more ring before he
Yeah, he
leaves.
wants another ring, and I don't think what he wants is what the Lakers want. I think the Lakers are all dialed in on Luka since that is their next franchise piece. So right now, I don't think they really care too much about the results of the season. Truly, I don't really believe in the supporting cast too much either. They did have a good free agency signing in Laravia, but other than that, yeah, I'm gonna take the under on. I just don't really see it if you're gonna have to rely on Braun and Luka again too much. It just doesn't mesh that much.
For me, I think I'm gonna say under as well. Luka Doncic had a positive net rating, and LeBron, who's obviously gonna get a lot of playing time for the Lakers and is one of their main contributors, had a negative net rating with the Lakers at this point, and he's getting older. Like Leon said, there's a potential chance that he may not, be the LeBron like people thought he used to be before. So because they're just relying on such an older player at this point, I think they're gonna people may be surprised that they may underwhelm compared to their expectations, even though Luka is such like a great player. They did improve their bench. They do have like Marcus Smart, they have Jake LaRavia, but we have someone like DeAndre Ayton who has just kind of underwhelmed for so long, and Marcus Smart, who is almost kind of out of his prime soon. It starts to make you wonder if they're just a team that is like going to be marked for potentially just underperforming soon. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just be like one of the main underperforming teams this year. I mean, maybe Luka can just carry this team potentially, because we've seen all the stories about like his like weight loss and stuff, but I don't know if that's going to do anything. And if you saw the EuroLeague, if when he gets tired, the defense just completely collapses. So I'm just going to say under as well. So all four of us have said under. So that's first team. So we're going to go to the Dallas Mavericks next. 40.5 over under, and the potential starting roster could be Kyrie. They're probably going to start D'Lo since Kyrie is currently out with a injury. Klay Thompson, Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively II. I'm going to start with you, Marco. What do you think about the Dallas Mavericks?
What was their total again?
40.5 wins.
Isn't Kyrie out with ACL?
Yeah, I said D'Lo could start. I said Kyrie / D'Lo. D'Angelo Russell.
I know who D'Lo is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the under on that. I don't believe that. I'm surprised they even gave them 40. I think with Kyrie being out, AD realistically is probably gonna play like 50 games. But AD, they might just sit him certain games or certain parts of the season just to give him a recovery year, because you have no incentive to really try to win with Kyrie out for a year. You're not really believing in D'Lo to carry a team in big 2025. So this is a prime opportunity to really try to, get Flag on board, get him caught up with the NBA program, get him meshed with teammates. They just extended PJ Washington too. I don't really expect you don't really expect him to carry a team either. So I think this is one of the years where you try to get other guys in a more developmental role just to figure it out. So the next year you can re-up on everything you're doing. You'll have Kyrie, you'll have a seasoned Coop, you'll have, you'll have AD. Don't know what version of AD you're gonna get, but it's AD. Then you have a couple other guys that'll really do something on the roster. So it's like I'll take that under on 40. I just don't see them trying to really make a strong push with what they have right now.
What you say, Leon?
So 40.5 is interesting. That's like in the West, that's a what? Fringe playing team.
Yeah, basically.
Basically what they were this year, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna look up real fast. I don't know if they have their pick or not, because I think that's what it's gonna come down to at the trade deadline, because they're clearly about to go into if Cooper Flag is not clearly, let's say, a top 20-ish small forward by the end of the middle of the season. Number one pick, that's what they expect, right, Chris? So if he's not going to be that, then they may just try to go into next summer to continue to try to build.
They do have their pick in 2026.
Right? Do they have? I don't think they have the Lakers pick, but I can't remember which pick
They have
got.
the 2029 pick.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
That's a really good number. I'm thinking that's a really good number. That's a really good number. That's a really good number.
You're thinking they could just tank it out this season?
I mean, I don't think they're going to do that all season, because for a couple of reasons. I don't think that the Mavericks organizationally are wired to tank for 82 games. Now, the deadline is like, it could go either way. I think it depends on their health situation. Where's Kyrie? How does AD feel? Because he's always feeling some type of way in January, February. I'm gonna just go under, because they have D'Angelo Russell and PJ Washington on the same team, and something about that just don't sit right with me. So I'm gonna go with under.
Chris, what do you think?
This one is
Varied, right? You
interesting
just don't know.
because the Mavericks, if healthy, like if they had Kyrie, that would be a legitimate contender, I think, with Kyrie and AD. They were healthy, and what you think you're going to get from Cooper, especially what the media thinks they're going to get. They think they're going to get much better than the top 20 wing, man. But I'm going to go under, but it's not. I'm not majorly under on like many of these. I don't think they're going to be a 500 win team. I think Cooper will be emphasized. There is a chance that they might sell some pieces at the deadline, to Leon's point, just because I don't think Kyrie's going to be back. And if he does come back near the end of the season, I don't know that he's going to be competitive and up to plan. There's no reason to really push him this year. You have AD for another season after this guaranteed, and he's got a player option, which I assume he'll activate, unless he and Bron plan to go play somewhere. I don't know, but we'll see what AD is looking at then. He'll likely take that, so you probably have 2 more years of AD. You got Cooper Flag. I think they're trying to go for it, so they might keep all their pieces. But the West is just going to be really, really tough. It's a deep conference, and if you're trying to get Cooper Flag Rookie of the Year, which I'm positive they are, then they're probably just not going to score enough in some of these games. Now, their defense could be really good. You have AD at the 4 with Gafford, who's sneakily one of the best rim protectors in the league, and Lively, who I really like as a versatile center. But yeah, I just, without Kyrie, I don't buy them being a 500 win team in the West. So yeah, I'm going to go under.
For me, I am gonna say over, but just like barely above that total because, I just believe the defense is just going to be like so good that it just barely, is barely going to be able to just put them above that edge to like maybe get them to like 41, 42 wins. And I mean, Anthony Davis is a really, really good basketball player. So the big question for me, obviously, is if he's going to be healthy for like a whole season. I don't know if that's going to be like actually going to happen again, but I assume he's probably going to be healthy. And I think the Mavericks, from how they've been operating for the past few years, they're going to try and compete to win like an actual they're going to try and compete to win a championship. Like they're not going to try to be like, oh, we're going to win for Rookie of the Year or like tank. Like they want to win. So I think with that in mind, they're going to try like do like the best decisions possible. I feel like.
Well, I mean, look,
Or
man, I
Russell,
want to
go
win the
ahead.
$1.4 billion
Listen,
Powerball. That
I
don't mean
know-
I'm going to win it.
Well, Nico says
mean-
they're win now, so I
Yeah,
don't
they're
know that
win
they can
now.
tank,
So I
right?
feel like if with that in mind, they're
I want
gonna
you to look up a picture. If you're listening to the podcast right now, I want you to pull, if you're listening to a podcast on your phone, I want you to Google Nico Harrison. I want you to look at a picture of him and tell me if you believe anything that comes out of that mouth. That's all I'm asking you.
listen.
No, I don't believe it,
Don't be
but it's
rude.
cool. I look
Listen,
like he
I'm
cannot,
just
boy. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying, I think it would just be they're gonna probably make decisions with that in mind to where that they're probably gonna just keep pushing themselves to go potentially into the play-in at least. So and maybe that could even involve if Cooper Flag just has a really bad game, they're just going for like forget about his development, just bench him for like a game or so, like potentially. I don't know. It's just stuff like that that just makes me think they could potentially, go over the edge for that 40 and a half. But maybe you guys are right, and maybe they may prioritize Cooper Flag's development after the trade deadline if the season goes bad because if Kyrie's like, not healthy or is like healthy, but he's not like, his normal self, then it could just be a completely different season. So, but for me, I think it's just going to be like over for me, but they're probably going to only win like 42 or 43 games.
Brother, did you just say if Kyrie is not his normal self? Brother, he is not touching that court this year.
I thought he was injured like halfway during the season, though.
There's no reason to. I don't think they'll rush him back. Like
I think they're gonna make him. Not make him. I think he's gonna
Let me tell
play.
you something. Let me
I
tell
think
you
he's
something.
gonna play.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Jason Kidd in the middle of January, and we'll have a conversation with Kyrie. He's gonna get down on his knees and he's gonna beg him to get D'Angelo Russell out of that starting lineup.
Exactly. Like he's gonna play.
And D'Angelo, like I ain't gonna lie, Jason Kidd was one of the reasons like I was thinking over because I don't think Jason Kidd's gonna lay down, and I think
Exactly.
he's a really good coach. Like
He's a
I
very
think,
good coach.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
if they get the over, it'll be because he kept them like trying, like he kept the team competitive. Like
That could be a really good defensive team.
yeah, with the
Exactly.
competitive mindset like all year. I think
And-
they can get away with it.
Yeah. I just think they're probably just gonna be able to like push ahead, honestly, despite some of the problems that they're gonna have. But let's talk about the next team, which has been in the news quite a bit. The Los Angeles Clippers, 49 and a half games, over or under. Now, I'm gonna preface this with this. The Clippers are in a scandal where Kawhi Leonard was paid apparently $28 million in a no-show job for aspiration. The NBA is currently investigating that, so that could potentially affect the roster or the Clippers. We have no clue about that. That could happen to them in the future. So, Chris, what's your thoughts on the Clippers potentially for that 49 and a half over and under?
Man, I should have been factoring in Kawhi getting his contract voided earlier.
Yeah, because that could literally change everything.
35-win team. To be fair, even without Kawhi, they're typically a solid team. Ballmer's done a good job of like spending his money on veterans, and when you have a veteran team, you generally just have enough offense to win games in the regular season. They're not a team that's going to try to like run anybody out of the gym, but they hit jump shots, and James Harden is still one of the best playmakers in basketball. He's been able to carry franchises and kind of also morph himself into one of the best second option point guards in the game, the way he can still control the game and still get a primary scorer, his touches. I think James is a little underrated still. I don't know that he was ever appreciated when he was dominating, and now the way he's gone from team to team and is still James Harden is amazing to me. But that said, the West is so good. It's so hard to win 50 games, man. And they're putting these things at 49. I'm going to have to take the under. I think they'll probably be 48 or 49, and I can't push it. So I got to go under. I don't think they're going to win 50. That's they're going to be playing the Thunder, motivated Nuggets team that I think is going to defend a bit better this year, and obviously the Wemby factor is probably going to take a few wins off a lot of people's win totals from last year if he really is healthy and they have all these ball handlers. So yeah, I'm going to go under on the Clippers. Shout out to Bogey. I think they're probably one trade away from having a few former Hawks on that team, because I think there's a third guard they might be looking at if Kawhi's not back. But yeah, I'm going to go under on the Clippers. What do you think, Leon?
Well, they got a good roster, man. They got a good roster. Sans Kawhi Leonard, they still got a pretty good roster. So is Kawhi like? We just don't know how that's going to play out yet, right?
We have no clue yet.
No clue.
They think they're getting away with it.
Some people think they're getting away with it. Like others think like it could be like when the Timberwolves got lost like 5 picks, and I forgot.
Okay, well, that won't affect.
Name.
I mean, if that's the case, that won't. Okay. Well, I mean, I like the roster, man. I'm going over. I'm just looking at James Harden, Chris Paul, Brooke Lopez, Zubac, John Collins, Bogdan Bogdanovic. I just see a lot of lob throwing happening. I see a lot of very easy shots at the rim. Now Kawhi, you're gonna get 40 good games out of him, probably, right? And I think that without him, they'll be a 500-ish team, and that will be good enough to get over 50, in my opinion. So they'll probably win 50 or 51 games. I'm gonna go over. Again, these are great numbers, as always, great numbers. But I'm gonna go over and support the former Hawks.
Yeah, I agree with Leon. If Kawhi doesn't get sent to the Shadow Realm and that team stays, intact for a decent amount of games, I believe the over on that one, because that's a good team. Actually, Bogey is out. Just remembered that.
Oh yeah,
I remember that too.
Yeah, Bogey will be out for a minute because I think it's something with his hamstring.
Yeah.
And last time he missed some time with a hamstring, it was about a good 3-4 months. So still, even without Bogey, they still have a solid team. Leon listed all of them. I'm not going to go through that again. But
it is the unction, though.
It definitely is the unction.
It definitely is the
John
unction.
Collins, you are in unction territory now, man.
There are
they pushed them boys too hard in conditioning. They're gonna pop a few hamstrings.
There are 6 players on that team that have at least 13 years of NBA service, and all of them are going to play. Every single one of them is going to play.
It's
So,
definitely can we stay intact? But if that team can stay healthy for a decent amount of games, I'm taking the over.
I'm gonna say over too. I mean, they're just too talented. I think if Kawhi doesn't get his contract voided, which honestly I don't see that happening, but I think they have just too much experience. They have a really good bench, and like I said, that they have a lot of great talent in Ty Lue. He's a pretty good coach, so I think it's gonna be a pretty decently easy over for them. Now, if his contract does get voided, then do I really want to say over as well for that too? Either way, because I mean,
that's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
it is, but I mean,
I mean, I got a question for you. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
If Kawhi not there, who's guarding like anybody that's tall and can dribble? Chris Dunn?
Yeah, that's
And
true.
Chris Dunn, okay.
I'm like, yeah.
So let's say they have two tall guys who can dribble. Chris Dunn guarding them both?
No.
Jordan Miller?
John
Chris
Collins.
Paul? Bradley Beal?
Yeah,
James Harden? Huh? Anybody? No?
Yeah, that's a difficult question.
That's the difficult question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to,
Tough.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going over if Kawhi contract is voided. That's crazy. You're crazy, man. You're crazy, man. Crazy, man.
Because I mean, it's just more because, as I was thinking, because it was more of I think James Harden is just such a good player that he probably.
Hey, Father Time undefeated.
Yeah, that's true.
He coming for his just due.
So I'll just say, if Kawhi is still on the roster and with all the talent on there, it's over. If he's not there, under. There we go.
Wow. So hold on. I didn't know we was doing ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Listen.
Pick one. Stand on business.
Over.
Thank you.
Over. There we go. Oh my God.
You Justin Herbert? Sorry.
This
is not an NFL podcast.
Listen,
speaking of NFL, shout out to the Falcons. We play tomorrow. Well,
yes, sir.
Are you posting this tonight?
Probably not.
We play today. Yay.
Yeah, today.
If you're watching it on the 7th.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
We are recording on Saturday evening.
Yeah.
Going into Monday morning. That's crazy. Going into Sunday morning.
Look here. Anyways, next team.
Yeah. The next team we're going to be talking about is the Sacramento Kings. 34.5 games over and under. The potential starting lineup is Zach LaVine, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, Domantas Sabonis. I'm going to start with you, Chris. What's your thoughts?
I'm going to go under. I don't think that team is going to survive the season the way it's composed. There's pretty much no chance they're going to keep that group together. Sabonis doesn't really want to be there. He's asking about the future and wanting to talk to the owners, and when the best player wants to do that, doesn't end well. I think De'Aaron Fox did that last summer, and now he's in San Antonio. Sorry. So it's be interesting to see where Sabonis ends up. Zach LaVine, I think, is a player that multiple contenders might consider at some point. Depending on what goes on in LA, he can at one of those teams. There's with what the Thunder are likely coming with, someone's going to want some firepower. So we'll see where Zach LaVine ends up. I don't think that team stays together. Even if they do stay together, I might take the under. But yeah, I'm going to go under on the Sacramento Queens. Shout out Shaq.
Marco, what you think?
If I can guarantee one thing, I can always guarantee that Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan gonna get me in that play-in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I don't know if I want to. I'm gonna stay right at 34. Was it 34?
Yep, 34.5.
Stay right at 34. Like Chris, I don't think Sabonis really wants to be there. Sabonis knows what that roster is. He knows that's not no. He know you're basically playing my team with all gold cards. Like he knows what's going on, man. And like I say, if you want to talk, when it gets to a point where you want to talk to the owners, you want to talk to this, that, third, you're kind of already 1 foot out the door. It's just a matter of where for Sabonis, but that's a different conversation.
Well, let me ask you this: who wants to trade for Sabonis?
You never know, man. It'll be a kind of a hard question to answer right now because I'm pretty sure teams want to see what they have before they're like, yeah, let's go get Sabonis. So it just depends. But especially so close to training camp too. But anyways, Zach LaVine is starting at the 1. I just don't buy it. DeMar is just a mid-range merchant at this point, man. I don't think he's not playing to win. He's playing to just make himself feel good. He's an old head. That's also another unction, minus Keegan. He's just another old head that's out there, living his dreams. He's back home, so he doesn't really have to do too much. But yeah, I'll keep it right at 30, 34. I just don't believe in that team. I can't even tell you who's on the bench.
Dang.
Leon?
Well, if you can't tell who's on the bench, then you must be forgetting about my hidden gems, Maxime Reynaud and Neat Clifford. But because their head coach is Doug Christie, they are not going to win 35 games. Hard under. They should fire, and they will be firing people this season. I don't know if it's going to coach, GM, whatever. A lot of people, multiple people getting fired.
I forgot that Mike Brown isn't the coach anymore. In that,
yes, he's the coach of the Knicks.
Yeah,
which is why I'm higher on the Knicks than I was last year.
Kings got to get the number 2 pick right there to trade De'Aaron, so they getting Darren Peterson.
Yeah, because if Mike Brown was still coaching, then I think it will be easy over. But it's like now you just look at this roster.
I don't know about that. They don't. They legitimately. This is a team legitimately does not have a point guard on the roster.
They have Dennis Schroeder.
Oh, you don't think Dennis gonna start?
I forgot.
They'll probably just.
Yeah, it's weird.
Is he making more than? No, he's not making more than.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
that's Doug Christie's call. So
yeah,
ain't no telling what's going to happen.
It is interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
Under.
Yeah.
Under. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, I don't know much about anything that's going to happen, but one thing I know for sure. Under.
Do they even have? I need to look
shout out to y'all for hanging on, man. Y'all hung on for dear life and got me that pick, man. So shout out to the Sacramento Kings.
At least they have their own pick this year.
Yeah, they bottoming out. That's gonna be a top 5 pick in Sacramento.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna say under too, because it's like they lost their good coach. They don't have like actual point guard probably starting. They could. I guess Malik Monk could start at point guard. I don't know.
They could have. It's either going to be they're going to start Malik or Dennis.
Yeah.
Right. You got the rest of the starting lineup right for sure, but they're going to start Malik or Dennis. But then it's still so nasty, and they at least they have a backup center this year, right? They're not. I'm going to have Trey Lyles, who's like small forward height, playing backup center this year, so that'll be good for them. But now they again don't have a point guard, so
yeah, it's just
let's see what we got here.
It's only
I got Devin Carter, but dude, walk right into it. Yeah, it's just nothing you can do sometimes, man. It just happens.
Oh, they got Hawks legend Daquan Plowden, right?
On a 2-way. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I don't know who they're gonna start. They can't start Keon and Levine unless they're gonna start Levine at the 3, which they're not gonna do. Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not good.
Am I tripping? Malik Monk, Terrence Davis. Wow, he's still out here? Keon Ellis, Devin Carter, Nick Clifford. There's no real point guards there besides what's his name? Dennis. Yeah, that's nasty.
It's gonna be a bad
Tough
team.
roster.
Plus, they're
Under.
gonna trade people. So
Under.
All right. Let's stop looking at the Kings roster and let's just move on to the next team.
What you mean? I'd take multiple people off that roster. But hey,
let's talk about the San Antonio Spurs. 43.5 games over and under. The potential starting lineup could be De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and Victor Wembanyama. I'm going to start with you. Leon, what do you think?
yeah, let's go ahead and take that over, man. This is the year they've geared up for it, and got through all the mysterious injuries that they had in the spring, the very real, legitimate, mysterious injuries. So, Fox, speed, Wemby's size and versatility. Like Chris said, a lot of ball handlers in between. Obviously, there's still got so on. A really good defender inside and out, and a lot of talented youth. So they are, as long as Wemby plays 60, 70 70 games, they should definitely be over. I think they might even be able to survive that, get to about 45. And it's still a very tough West, but they have a true alien. So I'm going to go over on the 43.5. What about you, Chris?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna take over there. Also, I think that's a team that's really close. I think bringing in Fox, you have some nice scoring floor when he's healthy, and obviously, if Wemby is healthy, you have a transformative player. I think they're probably still a little small on the wing, but I think that's a team that is like really like if they make a move to bring in anybody really, the defender or a scorer on the wing, with Carter Bryant kind of brewing. I think that's a group that is going to be really tough to beat. I think, especially if Wemby is doing what everybody expects Wemby to do. I think he can shoot it, he can handle it. You really just need him to be healthy, and he changes how your team can play basketball. And him and Fox, it could be really tough to beat. So yeah, I'm going to go over there. They're still young, so there could be some growing pains. And like I said, their in between size is a question. They're going to need Castle or Bryant or Harper to really kind of pop as a secondary ball handler or wing scorer and kind of take over from there. But no, yeah, that's an over for me. I think that's going to be a interesting team for sure.
Now, Marco, what do you think?
Kind of mixed on this one. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm just say over.
Think critically and stay out of the hater building, man.
I'm not even hating this, huh?
For real?
Yeah, man. Open-minded takes. I'm gonna say the over just because I'm not the biggest De'Aaron fan. I will say that, but I do believe De'Aaron and Wemby can do enough together to really bring that team over a hump. Now they added some more shooting bigs. They traded for Olynyk. Forgot a lot of names are not good in my mind right now. But
Cornette,
Gohan, Keldon, Castle.
Yeah, no, I meant to say I was looking for Cornette. I knew about the other guys.
Yeah.
So I'm not really worried about. I'm not moved by Keldon at all. But Keldon off the bench might be enough to just really keep them in that. He can do whatever he wants off the bench. Anyways, I'm gonna take the over just because I believe in the duo of Fox and Wemby. I actually will be very disappointed if they don't get at least 45, maybe 40, just to soften it. Because you got a real alien, and you got a former clutch player of the year on your team. So I'll take the over.
Over. I'll take the over.
Over.
I am gonna say, because it took me a minute to think about this one. They have a lot of young players on this team, and that's why I'm kind of hesitant to take the over. Do I really want? I don't know. I'll just say I think they're gonna go over 43.5 wins because I think Fox and Wemby are probably just gonna be like good enough to where that they're probably gonna be win a bunch of games. And I think my big question is what are they gonna do with Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle? Honestly, like how are they gonna what are they gonna do with both of their guards? And how are they gonna figure out those both roles? But Wemby is just such a floor raiser that I don't think it would honestly matter. I think, and when you have someone like Kelly Olynyk, and then Harrison Barnes to help with shooting, and Luke Cornett as a great backup center, I think it'll help raise the floor for the Spurs a lot. So I'm gonna say over as well. So yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna say over.
I mean, they can low-key play all three of those guys together because Castle and Harper are both 6'6", man. They're 6'5", 6'6". Long term, I mean, depends on what they have in, but they have the stretch five.
Exactly. That's the thing. Yeah.
If you think KP's going to open things up for our guys, I mean, there's going to be nobody in the paint for the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? So, if Harper, Castle, and Fox can get downhill, now I mean they might bring him off the bench just so that he can kind of be the second option, like one of those guys come off the bench probably, so they can just be the second option and have the ball a bit more when they're on the floor. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things they can do. I mean, they've talked about playing Harper at the 3 some.
It wouldn't surprise me if they just did Fox, Harper, Castle and Harper, and then Harrison Barnes and Wemby. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the lineup. But I just don't expect that because I think they probably want more experience starting lineup since I guess this is the year that they want to try and go in the playoffs. So, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I think it's gonna be personally. I think it's gonna be Fox, Castle, and then they're gonna do Barnes, Sohan, in my opinion.
Yeah, that could make sense.
I think with that lineup, you can afford to have Sohan, who can't really shoot, especially because you have Wemby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, because
over for sure.
Yeah,
over.
Spurs are gonna be interesting. And with that is part 1. Thank you all so much for listening once again. Part 2 should be available right now on your feeds and YouTube. Once again, thank you so much for listening. Hope everyone has a good one. Peace out.